Hello there. The new version of Google Analytics, GA4, is now out of beta, and the question we're getting is, should we install it on our website? The answer is yes, absolutely, but I wouldn't replace the old version of GA quite yet, not until you get used to the new way that things happen in GA4. In this short video, I'm going to walk you through two different ways of adding GA4 to your website. One is using GTag, and the other is using GTM, or Google Tag Manager. Let's get started. We're going to start with our demo site, our coffee shop from Titan CMS. This is a blank demo site with no Google Analytics installed at all. The first thing we're going to do is go to the Google Analytics admin screen, to our account, the Northwoods account in our case. We're going to create a new property. And you can see we still have the announcement about GA4, so let's dismiss that. Create a new property, and we want app and web. It says beta right now. It'll change to GA4 as it gets rolled out across the world, and by the time you get to it, it may actually say that. Go ahead and give it a name, select the category, and select the right time and currency. The next thing you'll want to do is specify where the data is coming from. In this case, it'll be web. Now this is really cool. By default, GA4 is going to be capturing all these different types of events, which is way more information than you get in GA3 by default. And then finally, go ahead and fill in the website URL and the name. Now that you have that set up, let's do the G tag, the global site tag first. We're going to copy that and notice that the measurement ID is filled in down here. It's the same thing as up here, and that shows up twice. The other thing that sometimes gets confusing with G tag is that even though it says Google Tag Manager here, this is not a Google Tag Manager implementation. This is a G tag implementation. I'm going to copy the script. Go to my content management system, Titan CMS. In this case, it'll be different for you. I'm going to go to admin, and I want to go to the area where I put in tags that go on all pages. And I'm going to put it in the section which loads as high up in the head as possible. There's my tag. I'm going to save it. Now we'll go back to the site, and we'll refresh it. And now I have global site tag. Notice that my number is the measurement ID. Notice also that Google Tag Assistant doesn't recognize this yet. Google Analytics V4 is so new that Tag Assistant still is saying add Google Analytics. But now let's see if it worked. Let's go to Analytics. We want to go to real time. And there we are, coming in from Milwaukee. It's working. So we have Google Analytics V4 running on this website, installed using GTag. Now let's do the same thing, install GA4, but this time using Google Tag Manager. I have a brand new blank GTM container for my GA4. What I'm going to do is add a new tag. We're going to do the GA4 configuration. Notice it still says beta, but it no longer is. Here's the measurement ID that I need from my analytics setup. So let's copy that. And the triggering is going to be all pages. Let's give it a name. And of course, I need to install this container on my website. So we'll go to admin. We're going to grab the portion that goes in the head, go back into our CMS. First thing I'm going to do is get rid of the G tag version, and now I'm going to put in the actual Google Tag Manager portion. And then I also need the portion that goes immediately after the opening body tag. So we'll grab that. And that's going to go right here. And I'll save that. Let's go back to the demo site. I have Tag Manager installed, but I haven't published that container yet, which is why it's unhappy. So let's go back to Tag Manager and publish it. This is a super simple GTM container, of course, but if you have an existing GTM container, all you have to do is add that GA4 tag to it, and it'll run just fine along with your old version of GA. Okay, so back to our site here, refresh that. We now have our global site tag, which is our GAV4 number, corresponding to that. And we have Google Tag Manager, and now it's green and happy, so that's good. So if I refresh this page and then go over to Analytics, and I'm in the real time now, and you can see there's one user from there. So it's actually seen me. I could also look at the developer console and see that there's a page view. The reason this says GAV2 is because when it was the app and web version in beta, that's what it was being called, GAV2. But as we now know, the real name is GAV4 now that it's out of beta. There we have it. Two different ways of adding Google Analytics V4 to your existing website using either GTag, or if you already have a GTM container, using the Google Tag Manager version. Again, this is just to get a base installation of GAV4 onto your website, which I recommend you do in addition to running the older version of Google Analytics, which I guess is V3, right? So have fun, start learning the new interface for GAV4, and let me know if we can help in any way. Thanks.